Hey Cactus Critters, it's Bama time again. I'm going to give you a long overdue tour of the studio as it sits. I haven't done that since I got the roughing inspection on the electrical, so that's really all that's changed, although I have done some low voltage wiring, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. But right now we're on the outside of the property, and I need to switch views on the camera, so stand by. Okay, so here we are on the back of the 627 property, the little house on Prairie, and this is May, probably digging for worms or something. I put this new fence in back here and tore the other one down around in the process of tearing it down because it just was kind of ramshackle. And I wanted to make the yard bigger for May, and actually it's all going to be bigger. I'm going to expand it over to that other fence, which is also my property, so eventually I'll get to that. But right now I think I've got it all secure where she can't get out anymore. That was a challenge. And that's her little house that she gets in when I'm gone. So here we are. This is a studio building, and back door is going to get replaced, but right now it makes a good construction door. But so that's the new service. The electrical contractor told me that the exterior panels are almost impossible to get for residences, and he's quit doing any kind of upgrade to residential services. And so we've got a new exterior panel. The original one was on the front of the house, which gave it so much curb appeal, not. And we got a new meter box and a new weatherhead, which isn't hooked up yet, but it's in the process. Coming in, my electrical contractor didn't clean up after himself. I picked up a lot of this old wire, but so here we are this is the interior panel, which everything runs to. This is where the home run goes, and you can see all the cables up through the roof here. So there's a light switch. This here is I had to put this in. This is a plumber's work. I had to put in a washer and dryer hookup. I don't know why, but I guess this is residential property, and I am going to put a little kitchenette down here at this end of this space here. There's my dryer outlet. Got one more outlet I want to put in over here for the refrigerator. I think he thought that was refrigerator, but I need one outlet for microwave, and then he's got I got lots of convenience outlets for the kitchen. There's one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'll have one more here. So I'll have plenty of outlets in the kitchen. So this is kind of where I am now. It's kind of a dining area, and I think I'm going to route most of the traffic to the back of the house because the front door is easy, nice to access, but if you got a session in progress, you don't want people knocking on that front door. There's another light switch. This door, all these doors, I've double framed the walls are double sided, so I can get 8 inches of insulation. Plus there's a airspace in between, which will help in sound transmission. And then all these interior openings, like I'm standing in what I call the rehearsal room. there'll be 2 doors on that opening to limit sound transmission, as well as this opening, which goes into the bathroom area, the bar area, and the control room area. So I've got lots of outlets here. Let me just go through. This one hasn't been wired up yet. I'm gonna pull, say it hadn't, has it? What is, oh no, that's another wire. Yeah, that's an empty box. I'm gonna run HDMI cable to that so I can put cameras in this room where you can monitor what's going on in here. We've got 2 of those up here. That's the old fireplace, which I'm not going to use. Or the old chimney. I'm not going to use that. So let's see. I've got on this wall up high. I'm going to run speaker wire in here if I want to, in case I want to have speakers. You don't need those in this situation, because you have what's known as the talkback circuit, where people that are using it. But if I had a party or something in here, it'd be nice to be able to run speakers in here. And I'm probably going to run them in the kitchen, and then probably run some wire out back where I can, if I have an outdoor party in the back, we'll have that. So here's this will be a 2, that's microphone cable that comes out of there. It's shielded cable, and there's 2 of them, so I'll be able to plug 2 microphones into that. That's a convenience outlet, electrical. Wait a minute, no. This is the Ethernet for the talkback circuit. So I'll have 2 of those that I can plug into this room if I need them. And also 2 microphone cables. This is the microphone cable for the rehearsal room, what I call the rehearsal room. And then over here, behind this ladder, my drum kits will be set up here. And I have 4 microphone cables there. And another 4 over here, because my good friend Mark Hallman says the drum kit needs 8 microphones on it. And if you listen to my records, you'll hear why, if you listen closely to the drum kit. So I'm in the cutting room where most of the takes will be done, except for my dog walking through the wall. May, you're such a show-off. Those are 2 Ethernet cables coming out of there, which will run the talkback, and then right here I have 2 microphone cables running out of that. Convenience outlet over there. Light switches there. Those are that wire coming down is a light drop, and I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3. He's wired up 3 in here, and the fixtures are going to be LED fixtures, and they're really narrow profile. Pretty amazing, that technology, and it runs off a 120 volt circuit, but it draws hardly any amp. So in here is the ISO booth, and I've got one, what is that? That's Ethernet. And then I'm got to run microphone cable there. I ran out of cable the other day, I had to order some. And then over here, I've got another Ethernet. There's a convenience outlet, microphone. That'll be a microphone out, 2 microphone outlets in both the ISO booths. So this is the south booth. There's your wiring for the The yellow wire is for the, ooh, it's hard to hold this selfie stick. The yellow wire is for the lights, the light fixture in here, and the blue wire is the Ethernet. And look, I had to drill through every one of these little joists on the loft that support the loft up above. And then I've routed most of my low voltage wiring is going through this bay of joists up in the attic, and I'm going to tie all those up with I'm trying to get some information on the do's and don'ts for running this low voltage stuff, but right now the plan is to tie all those up in a bundle so they're nice and neat. So let's go into the control room. Oh, let's stop by the bar. I don't know if I showed any of this. That space there is up above where I'm going to have the bars for a hot water heater. You can see the pan and the rough end for the plumbing. And also, I think I'm going to drop I think my mechanical contractor is going to need a space for return air. And I'm not sure, I need to get with him if I can put the return air that high by code. If not, I'm going to have to figure out some other routing for it, because this space is going to be pretty crammed full of stuff. I'm going to have an ice maker in there, and there'll be a counter, and also there's rough end for a bar sink. So that's the bar. There's my shower pan for the shower, that pipe coming out of the floors for the toilet, and all that rough in there is for the bathroom sink. I've got 2 outlets coming out there for power, electrical, and then one over there in the corner, it looks like. Now, on this wall right here, on this other side, this is going to be a gear wall for audio gear, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 4-plex outlets there, and then I'll have a cabinet that goes up about 8 feet, and I have 10-foot ceilings in here, so I'll have 2 feet on top of the cabinet where I can store stuff. Here's we put this attic stair in, which is pretty cool, and we have, this is a 4-hatch. There's a little basement below us. I've still got to get the electrical contractor to wire a light switch for down there and for up there. I think I'm going to put it right there on that stud. Man, I can't hold this thing still. That's what old age does for you. So, got that going. Also, besides the light, I need a convenience outlet upstairs and in the basement. So here's where all my home runs go. All this cable on the floor is a microphone cable. It's going to come out of this wall right here, somewhere right below the countertop, right about there. It'll come out of there, then route along this wall below the counter and over to, I have a 4-plex outlet there for 2 convenience outlets. I've got one there, and then we added this one up at desk height. So that's that. There's other convenience outlets around here too. On this wall, there's 2. So I think I've got the power thing hooked up pretty. Oh, here's a 4-plex down here underneath. So I've got. Then the other thing I've done is I've got gear racks that are going to go above the observation window here, and there's a 4-plex, and there's a 4-plex. And I showed you the other 3 4-plexes on this wall. So I think I got the And this is all mostly low voltage stuff. It's, I mean, not low voltage, but low amperage. So it's not going to draw a lot of power to have all that gear on in total. But I think it's going to be all right. I think it's going to be good. So I'll show you where the old service was in the front of the house. If I can do it without letting May out. She wants to follow me around everywhere. I don't know what this may be the interior panel that he was going to put in here. I don't know why he's left it here. Because they came over and picked some stuff up the other day. Because he had one panel in here and then he ripped it out and put the other one in that I showed you just a minute ago. This is the old panel for the entire house. I don't know if you can see that. Still got a couple of breakers in it. So let's go out here. Made it. And there's the old service. I can't see the screen, so I don't know if I'm pointing it in the right direction, but if you see the wires up to the weatherhead, they've been cut off because I had the city come out the other day and I had them taking out there was an old guy line in the back. Look who's there. Get back, come on, back. There was an old guy line in the back that was tangled up in that fence that I took out, and they came and pulled that out in the anchor. And you see my isolation boost. I got that'll be a glass opening there. And I'll have glass in the doors. So you'll be able to get light, not only get light in there, but you'll be able to see from the control room through this opening. And this will be double pane glass, probably not double pane on the ISO booth. This opening will have two doors like I mentioned. Yeah, so there we go. And then I've got this loft up here. I probably showed this in another video, but above there, I bought that beam for $65 before the price of wood went crazy. There's a guy out west of town that mills lumber, and that's where I got it. I had to get the ends cut off to get it in the van, so I just filled them in. It doesn't carry much load because it's just a utility kind of space up there, storage loft for things like guitar cases, yada, yada, yada. Let's see if there's anything else. There's the cover for my interior panel. There's another electrical outlet. Yeah, we got it covered on the outlets, I think. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna end this clip right here, and then I'm gonna put on the end of the video another clip that you could, if you want, you could help fund this, because I wound up buying a piece of property in Bandera that I didn't need, but it was right next to my property. Oh, here's something I can show you. Bought this stove for $100. This wood burning stove. I'm not going to put it in the studio, although I could, because I've got that chimney in there. I may leave the chimney opening. There's one in both rooms, the cutting room floor and the rehearsal room floor, or rehearsal room ceiling, or near the ceiling, where I could put one of these, but I don't want to give up the space. But this is going to go in the house next door, which is where I'm living. Which this little house is perfect for a single guy. It's got this utility room in the back where I keep my little chili pepper CT-125, and then there's two rooms upstairs, one that I use as kind of a drawing room, and the other one's a bedroom. That fence will eventually come down, and I'll put something a little bit better. And I'll probably move it up with a gate on it and a path where you can come back and access that door or this door. So lots of plans. So stand by, and if you've watched this far, I appreciate it. And we'll come back for a little merch plug. Be right back.